Thank you, Gus. One of the things that Gus mentioned in there was the dedication of the employees. And I noticed, well, you might have noticed that in the recent tradition, we all get the same colored shirts. We're all wearing the charcoal gray, but everybody in charcoal gray around the room is part of that dedicated group of employees. And you know, I can't do my job without them doing theirs, and I have some of the best employees around. So I would like to take time to thank them. Thank you, guys. And with that, y'all don't want to listen to me stutter and stammer, so we usually put it on video, and I'll just turn it over to the video, and we'll give you a little bit of reports on things that have happened during the year. So, Bert?
Good morning and welcome to the 73rd annual meeting of your electric cooperative. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. The reason San Bernard has an annual meeting every year is to elect directors who represent you on the board, present the financial condition of the co-op, and bring you up to date on what's happened since we last met. In the beginning, the dream of the folks who founded San Bernard Electric Co-op was simply to get electricity. Today, the reality is there may not be enough power all the time for every Texan. Our state has seen tremendous growth in the past few decades. During this time, not enough new generation plants were built. The result of this situation is that in the very near future, rolling blackouts may become a fact of life. Some experts predict it could happen as early as this summer. Every electric meter in most of Texas is connected to a statewide grid that is regulated by an autonomous entity called ERCOT, which stands for the Electric Reliability Council of Texas. When there is not enough power to meet the demand, ERCOT is responsible for making the decision of what areas will go for a short time without power. These rolling blackouts are usually rotated on a 15 to 30-minute interval. Rolling blackouts are a protective measure that keeps the statewide grid from total failure. If that happened, it would take days to get the power flowing again, something that nobody wants to experience. The solution to this problem is very complex and is currently being studied by business, government, and regulators. In the meantime, there's something that each of us can do to reduce the possibility of rolling blackouts. It is important that we all practice energy conservation, especially this summer during the hardest part of the day. Turn off lights, appliances, TVs, anything else using electricity that you can do without for the moment. It may seem like a small thing, but multiplied by millions of Texans, it can have a dramatic effect and quite possibly prevent the loss of power. For more information on how you can reduce your overall energy consumption, visit our website. We are all in this together, and like those who came before us at San Bernard, we can be a part of the solution. For almost a year, I've been telling the membership about changing out our entire metering system. Some of this may be old hat to a lot of you, but I feel it's important enough to mention it once more. We didn't wake up one morning and decide it would be nice to have a newer metering system. The cold hard fact is that our existing system was outdated and no longer supported by the manufacturers we bought them from. You can appreciate this fact because I bet you don't have the same computer or cell phone if you had one from 20 years ago. There has been a lot of confusion with the term smart meter. Yes, the new AMI system we are installing is technically a smart meter. However, the meter we are replacing could have been called a smart meter also. The new system will be used exactly the same way our old system was used, to get the meter reading from your house to our billing system so we can bill you for your electrical usage. Any other advanced applications that these meters can provide and that we have the capability to provide will be utilized only at the request of the member. There has been a lot of derogatory comments and pure fantasy about the evils of the new smart meter technology on the internet, and sometimes in the newspaper. However, for each article condemning smart meter technology, you can usually find an opposite viewpoint. With that being said, your cooperative and I personally would never allow a technology to be used that would be harmful to the membership. Here's some more details on how this new system will work for you.
2 years ago, we began our discovery and research stage to determine what solution would be the right fit to carry us into the future. We looked for a system that would serve both you, our members, and integrate to our existing systems in a way that streamlined processes and improved customer service. We are leveraging the abilities and possibilities of this new technology to take full advantage of its capabilities. The old system relied on the power lines to communicate back to the office. The only way we knew you were out of power was by calling the office and reporting it. The new system does not rely on power lines and are capable of two-way communications. When you lose power, the meter will report to the office and automatically alert dispatch to the problem so corrective measures can be taken.
The communication chosen for this new installation is a licensed 900 megahertz system. This means that all information to and from the cooperative will be brought back through a secure portal. Over the past 3 months, SBEC, along with our installation contractor, Texas Meter and Device, have installed new meters throughout our Waller County service territory. We are in the final months of our Waller County deployment and will soon be moving into our next phase. This next phase will include our Austin, Colorado, and Lavaca County service areas. You'll be notified of our pending arrival through the Cooperative Power magazine, postcards, as well as our courtesy phone call to let you know when we will be in your area. Our goal throughout this process has been to provide a value-added service to our membership, as well as empower them with the tools to make their own choices about electricity consumption. We're excited about the future and look forward to the benefits from a solution that better serves us all.
One feature that will be available when deployment is complete is the usage and billing information page on the SBEC website. The Usage Explorer screen is where the member will choose accounts to view. The page reflects the meter number, high and low temperature lines, as well as average temperature lines that can be turned on and off. Energy usage for 1 year is detailed by months. Months with data are green, months without data are blank. Hover over a month to see kilowatt usage and reading dates. Monthly reading dates and usage can also be seen in the billing box at the bottom of the screen. The usage box shows peak usage, low usage, and average usage, and the weather box shows temperature information. Click on a month to open the daily kilowatt usage page. Hover over a day to view that day's kilowatt usage. Turn on the high and low temperature lines to show in winter months how low kilowatt usage corresponds with higher temperatures and higher kilowatt usage corresponds with lower temperatures. Click on the monthly tab to go to the yearly overview screen. If you wish to view a different month, click on that month. A member can make notes of improvements or changes in equipment such as a new HVAC system and track how those changes have impacted their energy use. These features from the SBEC website will not be available until late 2012.
2011 was an eventful year in many ways, not the least of which were the many wildfires that rampaged across Texas last summer. At San Bernard, we called them the Labor Day fires since the first one broke out on that weekend when much of our workforce was out of town. Thankfully, no one was injured, but that was largely due to the efforts of the local volunteer firemen that risked their own lives to evacuate their neighbors. We never have had fires of this magnitude, and it was a new experience for all of us. Some of us had ringside seats as helicopters used Angel Lake as a water source for fighting the fires. Other aspects were less exciting as the lack of air quality forced us to reevaluate how to deploy our crews. The density of smoke also made visibility a major problem, especially at night when responding to requests from the fire departments. In Waller County, we worked hand in hand with the fire department command post. Communications were a recurring problem for the fire department, so San Bernard disconnected our own radios to let them use our antennas and used our bucket truck to mount some of their equipment on our tower. When the fires were finally put out, many of our members had lost everything except their families. San Bernard came out relatively light, with much of our damage being the meter poles burning in two or simply melting away in place. Some damage was not apparent, as this shot of the inside of a pad mount transformer illustrates. In other instances, the aluminum conductor of the line simply melted away in the heat, leaving only the steel reinforcement intact. In at least one case, the pole simply burned away at the bottom like a slow fuse. When trying to pull it back into position, we had to worry if the tree we anchored it to, which had also burned, would melt the polyester rope into. When it was all said and done, San Bernard crews did what they have learned to do through countless ice storms, tornadoes, lightning, and even Hurricane Ike. Find a problem, get to it, and fix it, even while the fires are still burning. And if you get stuck in the process, well, that's just part of the job. With the summer months fast approaching, the prognosticators are predicting another dry season, and the risk of wildfires may still be very real. What do you do when you literally just have minutes to abandon your home and everything in it? Please take the time now to plan for unexpected situations that may occur in the coming months.
On June 24, 2011, San Bernard Electric Cooperative gave notice to the Lower Colorado River Authority that we would no longer purchase wholesale power through them. The cooperative board and staff felt as though we could provide a more competitive rate for our membership on the open market, rather than stay within the confines of the current LCRA contract. SBEC has been hard at work acquiring new and diverse wholesale power contracts to begin on June 25, 2016. SBEC has chosen multiple suppliers as well as multiple fuel types and contract terms to achieve this objective. The 3 fuel sources currently chosen are coal, natural gas, and wind generation. This diverse approach should prove to be beneficial for our membership, and it will keep SBEC from any financial risk by not putting all our eggs in one basket. Our goal has been to select reliable wholesale providers while diversifying our portfolio in order to obtain the most consistent pricing available for our membership.
This past year, San Bernard Electric Cooperative began surveying our membership on a quarterly basis. We commissioned SDS Research to conduct this customer satisfaction survey. When it comes to the performance of San Bernard Electric Cooperative, our member satisfaction is very important to us. By surveying our membership, we get a better sense of what's important to our members. We are able to establish benchmarks that are used to evaluate our business practices and identify opportunities for improvement to do better to serve our members. The benchmark used was the American Customer Satisfaction Index, or ACSI. This is the most recognized consumer satisfaction index in the country. It's used by the largest and most successful businesses around to gauge how well they are meeting their customers' expectations. When it comes to customer satisfaction, typically electric cooperatives perform better than investor-owned utilities. The survey results prove this point. Investor-owned utilities had a 2011 average score of 74. Our average score for 2011 was an 88, well above the average score of 75 for energy utilities and even better than the average score of 82 for all electric cooperatives. Here are the results of 2 of the survey questions. We asked, how would you rate the overall customer service provided by SBEC? 83% responded that they were very satisfied. Another question we asked was, considering all of your experiences with SBEC employees, how would you rate the employees overall? 86% responded that they were very satisfied as well. To all the members who have participated in our survey, we appreciate your comments and the time you spent to complete the survey. It's good for us to know if we are meeting your expectations. In the future, if you get a call and are asked to participate in our survey, we look forward to your input and your comments. Everyone who works at San Bernard Electric Cooperative is pleased that our members believe we are providing superior customer service and that you, our members, are the reason we are here.
The financial information provided in your annual report is a summary of our audit prepared by Bollinger, Seegers, Gilbert, and Moss. It's designed to let you know how well your cooperative performed financially during 2011. Your annual report includes an operating report and balance sheet for the years 2011 and 2010. It also includes charts that show the trend of performance over the last 10 years. The operating statement shows that the cooperative took in revenues totaling $63.2 million during 2011. In 2010, total revenues were $59.2 million. Total expenses were $60.4 million in 2011 compared to $53.4 million for 2010. In 2011, revenues less expenses generated an operating margin of $2.8 million. In 2010, operating margins were $5.8 million. In addition to operating margins, the cooperative recorded non-operating margins totaling $463,000 during 2011. Non-operating margins represent interest earned on investments, capital credits received from related organizations, along with gain or loss on disposal of plant assets. In 2010, non-operating margins were $522,000. The total margins earned during 2011 were $3.3 million compared to $6.3 million for 2010. San Bernardino Electric's Board of Directors voted at the November 2011 board meeting to retire almost $3.2 million in capital credits to our members. These credits were paid in the form of bill credits to current members on their December 2011 electric bills. The balance sheet shows that the cooperative's assets increased to $147.6 million by the end of 2011 compared to $141.2 million at the end of 2010. In 2011, member equity decreased to $66.9 million, or about 45% of total assets, compared to $67.1 million at the end of 2010. At the end of 2011, the cooperative's total liabilities were $80.7 million, compared to $74 million at the end of 2010. I'm very proud to report to you that your electric cooperative is in a very strong financial position.
Just in case you missed it, I do want to point out again that your board of directors did vote to return over $3 million to our members in capital credits. When we say you own the business, we mean it. You share in any margins that are realized by San Bernardino Electric. In closing, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to attend your annual meeting. It shows that you care about your business, and we appreciate it.